Why do you advocate for psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy?
Because it works. Sigmund Freud called dreams the royal road to the unconscious, identifying, I think, very accurately that dreams are powerful symbolic representations of our internal mental life, and that there's so much to be learned from them. Now, his own interpretation of dreams, I think, was very ridiculous. I mean, I read his book, Interpretation of Dreams, and he's just projecting all his own stuff. But nevertheless, dreams are the road to the unconscious, because what happens in dreams is that the conscious mind dissolves. When you're sleeping, the parts of the brain that hold childhood emotional memories get more blood supply. And so these childhood memories arise. And then the dreams will create a meaning out of the emotion that is arising. So I might dream that Nazis are chasing me, and I believe that I'm afraid that Nazis are chasing me because Nazis are chasing me. But in fact, I'm not afraid because Nazis are chasing me. Nazis are chasing me because I'm afraid. So it's the emotion that arises first, and then the story comes in that the mind makes up to explain the emotion. Now, actually, I would say that these days, from the therapeutic point of view, psychedelics are the royal road to the unconscious. Because exactly what happens is the conscious mind, the defenses of the conscious mind and the constructions of the conscious mind just fragment a bit. They get out of the way for a while, and then whatever's in the unconscious can arise. And of course, in the unconscious is all the pain, terror, suffering that we've been trying to escape from. We're trying to push down with our depression or escape from with our addictions. But also all the beauty and all the unity and all the connection that the conscious mind can't deal with and fragments. So really, psychedelics are the railroad to the unconscious in the proper hands, in the proper context, with the right guidance, which is what we're trying to create here. You and I both had the experience, or we both have witnessed people saying that this 3 days was more powerful than 10 years of psychotherapy. And of course it was. Especially given how there's a lot of bad psychotherapy out there. But it just gets you to places that are so hard to get to for most people. Now, I'm not a psychedelic evangelist. I don't think it's for everybody. I also don't think it's going to save the world, because I think that there are much bigger issues are at stake than simply what we do as therapists. Nevertheless, for those that want to embark on a journey of self-healing and self-knowledge, there just isn't a more efficient route than a well-guided psychedelic experience. Again, because the usual thought patterns and defenses dissolve, and you really get to see what's underneath it. And so from my point of view, there's no such thing as a bad trip. There are difficult ones. There are painful ones. But in the right context, with the right guidance, they're the most powerful teachers. So this is why I advocate for it. And, God bless all the people that are doing all the research, and I know no minister is going to do more research, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't need a stitch more research to prove to me that these modalities work. Now, it's always good to refine it and to hone it, and what dose and how many people in the group, and these practical questions can always be worked with. But the actual principle of it, that these modalities are powerfully supportive of healing, and not just healing in sort of a narrow sense, but absolute transformation.
The medicine experience opens up all this content, but it doesn't stop there.
That's right.
In fact, the bulk, bigger part of the work is then unpacking all of that and then integrating it such that it really starts to help us to create changes in our lives going forward. And so really witnessing that, it was very formative for me in terms of how to hold things well, what's important. There's community, the fact that people are healing together in a group and witnessing each other's processes.
Absolutely.
That's so powerful.
And I think that's now being generally recognized throughout the psychedelic movement, you might say, that importance of preparation, of context,
Yes.
of intention setting, of processing afterwards, and then ultimately of integration.
Yeah, and so all of that has gone into our guiding approaches in our care model, because that community piece and recognizing we're not alone in this journey, and other folks' healing journeys actually bear a lot of relevance to my own. In listening to others, there's parts of me that are healing.
Absolutely.
There as well, and then being trauma informed to hold a safe space for these parts that can be so painful, that can open and be safely held.